the United States just vetoed a Security Council resolution demanding a permanent ceasefire inside of the Gaza Strip. What happened? Under Biden, there was a UN Security Council resolution to have a ceasefire in Gaza. After Joe Biden confirmed that Benjamin Netanyahu at the time accepted the ceasefire. What happened now? It's a clear indication that the United States isn't really genuine about all of this. Talks and positivity and Witkoff going back and forth, but you can't even pass a UN Security Council resolution calling for a permanent ceasefire. And by the way, even if this passed, even if the United States did not veto, there is no confirmation that this would have gone ahead anyway. Because the Security Council, at the end of the day, they're not enforcing anything. The United Nations, as a matter of fact, they're not enforcing anything. There were already, you had the ICJ calling to stop the genocide, then the ICC issuing arrest warrants. What's the United Nations? The United Nations is an organization without teeth and claws. They're only there to talk about nice things, tell you about human rights and what needs to happen. But when things get really serious and they need to take action, they don't take action. And despite that, the United States went and vetoed the resolution to have a permanent ceasefire inside of the Gaza Strip. These developments that have happened in the past couple of days, primarily the fact that Benjamin Netanyahu is in a lot of trouble and he's about to collapse, basically his government is about to collapse, is a real threat, there's a real possibility that there might be something happening here. Because Benjamin Netanyahu, firstly, he went into a government that consists of people like Ben Gvir and Smotrich after over a decade of not having them in the coalition when he had an option to, out of pure necessity. No one else was interested in having a coalition with people like Ben Gvir and Smotrich. So he was desperate to a level where he had him in the top figures of the state of Israel, which caused a lot of problems, by the way, and we can still see how much problems it's costing and it's causing Israel. He did that to be a prime minister. Why did he want to be a prime minister? So that he can go ahead and push for a judicial reform. Why did he want to push for a judicial reform? So he cannot be imprisoned. Him insisting on remaining in this position is for him to keep himself safe and run away from justice. Now, with the genocide that happened, the courts in Israel started to flip against Benjamin Netanyahu. The corruption case started to go against him after a Supreme Court ruling, which didn't exist before, by the way. But even the Supreme Court have had enough of Benjamin Netanyahu. Therefore, now he has to go and face trials. But he can still hide. He can still ask for exemptions. He can still, ask for breaks, or he needs to leave or whatever for security briefing or what have you. But if the coalition collapses, Netanyahu will not be the prime minister. If Netanyahu collapses and his government collapses, there will be a call for early elections. Netanyahu would have to immediately call for early elections. In the polls in Israel, Netanyahu isn't as popular as he was before the genocide began. He still has popularity, but not as much as he had before. But the bigger problem is the fact that his main allies do not have the same popularity as before. And every poll published in Israel in the past 3 weeks shows that the opposition is able to form a coalition. That means goodbye Netanyahu. Goodbye Netanyahu means no more exemptions, no more breaks from facing the law, and potentially less protection globally with the arrest warrants that are issued against him. Netanyahu and his top aides have been trying to lobby countries to, give him a break, try to threaten, of course, the ICC to get rid of the arrest warrants. That didn't happen, of course. He still has some safe havens. He visited the United States and he visited Hungary when there were arrest warrants against him. But if he loses the position of prime minister, there's a genuine risk. And this prolonging of this whole genocide was primarily led by Benjamin Netanyahu. It, of course, represented Israel in its true nature. Genocide, ethnic cleansing, all of that is Israel as a state. Since 1948, we have never seen a good version of Israel or of Zionism. But Netanyahu, he took it to a level where it suits him most. And so that he can address all of the things that he wants, his personal interests. He might lose that. He is in a very difficult situation. And because he is in a very difficult situation, there is now more likelihood than ever that he will have an escalation that the United States will find itself forced into with him.